Y'all ready? All right. Good morning. I'd like to bring the February 5th, 2020 Planning Advisory Commission meeting to order. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And if you would please check your cell phones, make sure they're silenced or turned off. We don't want any interruptions here. And I remind those in the audience and those that are watching by television, this is the first hearing of any rezoning, text change, or special exception request brought before us today. We'll first hear a reading of the staff report for the case by the planning staff, and then they'll ask the applicant to provide a brief overview of the request. We will then give the opportunity for anyone in the audience to speak for or against that request or to inquire about the setting request. The commissioners will have any needed discussion on the case. Once a motion is made and seconded by the commission, a vote will take place and a recommendation will be rendered. The case will go back to Planning Department for their independent recommendation. If a favorable recommendation is given, then the case is forwarded on to City Council with the two independent recommendations. If the Planning Department makes a recommendation for denial, the applicant will have 10 days from the receipt of a letter stating the denial to notify the clerk or council they're requesting to be placed on the City Council's agenda. City Council of Columbus will hold a public meeting, first reading. Said council shall consider the case, review PAC and Planning Department recommendations, hear discussion on the matter. The council will make a final decision at a second public meeting, and that's going to be called the second reading. All right. First thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to look at December the 18th minutes? Any changes need to be made? All right, we'll consider those accepted. All right, first case is rezoning cases. First one is REZN-0120-1004. This is a request for a text amendment to amend the text of the Unified Development Ordinance, the UDO, in regards to Uptown Zoning District, Section 2.3.2. And we'll hear from Mr. Johnson from the Planning Department first, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. REZN 01-20-1004, request to amend the text of the UDO, Section 2.3.2, Uptown Zoning District, to amend setback requirements for multifamily and condo in Table 2.3.2. This is a referral from council. In that table, multifamily and condo has suburban style setbacks, 25 on the front, 12 on the sides, 25 on the side corner, 40 on the rear. The request is to make it similar to the other two uses in UPT and reduce the front to 0, the side from 0 or 15, and that depends on if it's abutting a residential district, side corner 0 and rear 0.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson, can you tell me why can't this be handled through Board of Zoning Appeals on each case on a case-by-case basis?
It could be.
Okay.
Through the variance process.
Okay, so it could be handled that way. All right. Thank you very much.
A related question, is there a specific development or property that's generated this request?
With all that's going on in the Uptown and CRD districts, probably. Property's being bought as fast as it can go, so, and multifamily and hotels right now seem to be the what everybody's after, so that would be my guess.
Okay. And have residents been given the opportunity to comment on this, or have they been informed of this, or is that not something we do with text amendments?
Primarily in the UPT, they're pretty much trying to think where there are residents.
I'm one.
The only residents that I can think of off the top of my head will be the ones in Claflin, and then the ones that are currently at the House of Mercy. I don't think there's any other residential in UPT. UBT is roughly 3rd Avenue to 6th Avenue,
Okay.
between 15th Street and 9th.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, any other questions, commissioners? All right. Obviously, there's no one, is there anyone in the audience like to speak for or against the case? I don't have too many out there today. All right, commissioners, open up the floor for a motion on the special exception change. Mr. Reese.
Mr. Chair, as it relates to matter REZN 01201004, a request for a text amendment to amend the text of the United Development Ordinance, UDO, in regards to upzoning district section 2.3.2. I move that we approve.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor to accept this, raise your right hand. All opposed? I have one to abstain. Please note that for the record, please. Mr. Dudley abstained. All right, it's unanimous, other than that. All right, second case, REZN-01-201016, a request to rezone 0.21 acres of land located at 401 35th Street, Columbus. Current zoning is RO, residential office. Proposed zoning is RMF1, residential multifamily 1. Proposed use is residential. NeighborWorks Columbus is the applicant. This property is located in Council District 8, Garrett. And we'll hear again from Mr. Johnson on the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. REZN-01-20-1016. This case is consistent with the comprehensive plan, planning area F. Future land use designation is single family. It is compatible with existing land uses. The property does not lie within a floodway and floodplain area. The developer will need an approved drainage plan prior to issuance of a site development permit. It is served by all city services. There's no traffic impact. The site shall meet the codes and regulations of the Columbus Consolidated Government for residential uses. No school impact, no buffer requirement. It's not within Fort Benning's notification range. This is not a DRI. Surrounding zoning is all RMF1. 75 property owners within 300 feet of the subject property was notified of the rezoning request. The planning department did not receive any comments regarding this rezoning, and there's no additional information. As far as this intersection goes, Ms. Williams can give you a lot more information about what all they're doing at that particular intersection.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Commissioners, y'all have any questions of planning at this point? All right. Ms. Williams, if you would state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, Kathy Williams with NeighborWorks Columbus at 3456th Street. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for hearing this case this morning. As with all our cases, this also has a story. So this corner was notorious for at least 60 years, according to the police commissioner, as a haven for criminal activity. It was a 2-story concrete block constructed, single resident occupancy with some office and commercial below, known as Cozy Corner. We acquired it last year, and we did do a demolition on it so that the neighborhood could just kind of have an opportunity to breathe without fear of what was happening on that corner. It is on a residential street. It's a residential corner, and we now plan on constructing single-family homes on the 4th Avenue corridor between 35th Street and 38th Street. This is at the corner of 35th and 4th Avenue. We actually already have somebody, a low-income family, who is thrilled with the opportunity to own a home there. It will be a 2-story blue constructed single-family home, as will all the homes in the area will be single-family. We'll do about 6 historic rehabs, and the rest will be new construction. So if there are any questions.
All right. Commissioners, do you have any questions of Ms. Williams? Mr. Dudley.
Just to confirm, it's 6 homes on the one side?
No, sir, this is a single family. This will be
Just
one
one
home. We
on
will
one
be
side.
doing about 6 historic rehabs on the corridor between 35th and 38th Street, as well as a dozen or 15 new single-family homes. This is just for one home. The dimensions allow it without any variance.
All right. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Mr. Reese.
Ms. Williams, what's the time frame on the entire project? This sounds exciting, especially for that area, because, you know, we've recently had a lot of issues over there, and some shootings and things of that nature. So it's good to hear some cleaning up is happening.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. That's a great question. But again, I come before you humble as ever to say it's going to take a while. Again, this is a multi-million-dollar project on this corridor when you consider that we'll be impacting 20 to 24 homes. But for this unit, we do have anticipation that as soon as we get this rezoning, as soon as the council hears the second case, we'll be breaking ground the next week. So this one home, we do have the plan, the capital, financing structure set up. For the rest of it, it's going to take us, a year. So I would love to be able to say that we'll be finished with our 4th Avenue corridor work in 2020, but more realistically, it's going to be the summer of 2021 when we sort of close the door on that area. But we're very excited about it. It is truly an opportunity for the Mill District to acknowledge that redevelopment is occurring on the east side of 2nd Avenue as well as the west side of 2nd Avenue by the river. And we're just thrilled to be part of that partnership.
All right. Any other questions, Commissioners? Thank you, Ms. Williams.
Thank you.
All right. Does anyone in the audience like to speak for or against this case? Come forward now. And with that said, I'll ask the Commission for a motion.
In reference to RECN-01-20-1016, request to rezone .21 acres of land located at 401 35th Street. Current zoning is RO, proposed is RMF1. I propose that this be approved.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Mr. Greenblatt, any discussion? All those in favor to accept this, raise your right hand. All opposed, this is unanimous. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention this morning. As far as new business, looks like we have a meeting scheduled for February 19th. I assume we have cases?
I will let you know as soon as I get back to the office. There was one case, but it has triggered a DRI and a traffic study, so it will be delayed probably till later spring.
Okay, so that's possible we won't have.
I really don't think so.
All right, that's fine. We'll just look for an email or notification from you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Yes, real quick, Mr. Chairman, in the event that this is our last meeting for the month, I just wanted to inform the members of the board here that I will be resigning at the end of this month. I have decided to run for State Senate District 15, and which is a conflict of interest for me to serve on this board and seek elected office. It's truly been a high honor to serve with each of you. I've learned from all of you. We've had some great discussions. We didn't always agree, but we remained civil. And I think that's important for the course of our government, that we learn how to work together without getting mad at each other.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to thank you and the staff here for this opportunity to serve, and the opportunity to serve with you on an early Wednesday morning, every first and third Wednesday of the month. And may God bless all of you.
Same to you, Mr. Reese, and we wish you well in all your endeavors. Thank you so much. All right. With that said, just look for an email about the next case. Again, we're going to miss you, Mr. Reese, and we are adjourned.